Candles, fibs, crosses, EMAs. It's the tools of the day trade. Don't be a noob and trade on websites that don't give you BitBoy bonuses. Click the link in the description to get set up on ByBit or Femex and get an insane sign-up bonus for being part of the BitSquad. Leverage trade responsibly, but do it the right way on Femex or ByBit. Bonus details in the links below.
BitBoy Crypto Morning Tea. Good morning, everybody. It's October 15th, 2021. My name's Piano Matty B. That is Scaramucci's, and this is your Morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets, where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing, all the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni bringing the data. The FOMO index has ticked up to 71 from yesterday's 70. Bitcoin dominance is at 45.6%. 24-hour volume is at 105 billion, and the overall market cap is 2.42 trillion. Give or take 100 million, just below the all-time highs of 2.56 trillion. Well, after riding the 20 moving average pony for most of the day yesterday, reaching back and touching it a couple times for good measure, price action had a nice meal, decided to pump. And what a nice après dinner pump she was. It crouched down, tinged the 20 at 56.9, and pumped all the way up to 59.9. Some platforms are showing 60K, so let's call it 60K. Upon hitting 60K, price action's mom yelled out the window, "If you make a big pump after dinner without letting your stomach rest, you might get a tummy ache, so why don't you come back in, chill out and relax?" And it did. We've retraced so far to the 38% fib level of this pump anyways. Of 58.9. Now I know we don't want to hear it, but we may see continued retracement down to the 62% level, 58.1. That would be this pump's goldenest of golden ratio retracements and put us at our new home of support of 58K. Over on the daily, we can see that this 60K level's like the dead man zone on Everest, where we haven't spent too much time. This is our fifth kick at the cat, and only once did we hit that summit. All other times, the resistance was too much and we went back down the mountain. However, that was then and this is now. Since then, we've been Rocky Balboaing our training regime at our winter farm in Siberia. Sawing logs, throwing rocks on carts, and dragging old men on sleds, preparing for this next summit attempt. And I wouldn't mind seeing some more impromptu DIY workout time before we crush this summit. If not just to let the RSI cool off, and I don't want to spend too much time on the relative strength index, because in times of bullish pumpitude, we spend most of our time in overbought territory. And remember, to a certain degree, all bets are off on traditional indicators and what they're telling us. But just something to keep buried deep in your soul and save it for that therapist you stopped seeing ages ago. Our current altitude on the daily is miles above all moving averages, which is a nice spot to be in. It's like finishing the 400-meter sprint and looking back at your competitors who are still rounding the last corner. With options closing unanimously in favor of the speculative bulls, this should carry us into the weekend. Full steam ahead. That being said, Bitcoin has been spending most of its weekends lately chilling out with the accumulatrix and the consolidatrix. Not doing too much partying, just some wine tasting and book reading, nothing crazy. But I know party monsters, because I was one. They can stay in hibernation for a while, but it just adds weight to the inevitable bust out Wraparound party weekend. Will this be that weekend for Bitcoin? Not sure. But it is for me because I'm making 2 trips to the dump this weekend. One to drop off that broken deep freeze, and the other to get rid of that old ping pong table that's been sitting behind the garage. Yes, I know it's wild and crazy, just like the next couple months are gonna be. So buckle in, folks, she's about to get wild. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected lead. That's right, it's a long game, so zoom out and have a fantastic day. And it's Friday, so sing me out. 3, 4.